Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be making a pinafore top. Meanwhile, the fabric I'm using is not up to 1 yard, depending on the length of the client you're making this dress for. As you can see, I've folded my fabric into 4 like this. So from this side that is unfold, I'm going to be marking out my shoulder measurements divided by 2, which is 7 inches all the way down. And I will connect the lines with a long ruler. From this center point, I'm going to mark out 3 inches for the neck width and half inches for my shoulder slope. And I will connect it to meet my neck width. From this starting point, I'm going to mark out my half length, which is 17 inches, to be the length of this top, plus 2 inches same allowance, making it 19 inches. From this point, I'm going to be marking out 2 inches for my back neck depth. And I will connect it with my curved ruler. I'm also going to mark out 3.5 inches for my front neck depth, and I will connect it with my curved ruler. I'm going to grab my scissors and cut it out like this. After cutting out my side seam, I decided to come in by half an inch on the down part of this top to give it this line shape, but you can decide to come in by 1 inch depending on how slanty you want it to look. And I will cut it out. Don't forget to notch the main length of your dress because it's going to serve as a guide when you'll be stitching it on your sewing machine. So I'm going to open it up like this, and I will separate the back from the front like this so that I will cut the front neck depth. This is what it looks like after cutting it out. Please, if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe so that you'll be updated whenever we upload a new video. I folded my fabric into 2 and I'm marking 5 inches all the way down. I will cut it out. Remember, this is the rope or the stripe that we'll be using to tie this top by the side. Meanwhile, the length I'm working with is 20 inches and the width is 5 inches. I folded it into 2 again, and I'm going to cut it out just as you see me do in the video. As you can see, we have 4 pieces for the stripe. 2 will be at the left side while 2 will be at the right side. I'm trying to arrange the material. I went ahead to my sewing machine to join the shoulder. I also cut a long stripe that I will use to pipe the neckline of this dress. You can also use a bias, but I decided to use the material to do this since the material is remaining. I've gone ahead to pipe the neckline of this dress like this. The next thing I did was to fold the side by about half inches allowance on both sides. When I was piping the neck, I noticed that the neck was a bit small for my head to pass through it. So before you pipe the neck of your dress, try putting it on to make sure that it passes through comfortably without putting any force on it. I went ahead to fold the downside of this top like this, and I will go over to my sewing machine and stitch it down. This is what it looks like after I was done sewing it. I also joined the stripe of this dress. At this point, I'm going to be attaching the stripe to this dress like this. Guys, I'm so sorry. At this point, I didn't know that my hand went off the camera. But if you watch closely, you will understand what I did here. I put the stripe in between the same allowance we made on the down part of this top. That way, your work will be very neat. After doing that, I went over to my sewing machine to stitch it down. I did the same thing on the other sides of this top, and this is what our top looks like. Wow, it's giving. It's looking so neat and beautiful.